Broke Dad Builds here, doing a little bit longer format video, going over the polished turd 74 C10 that I picked up that was in rough shape. I'll throw some pictures of what it looked like before I got it to where it's at now. Just kind of going over what all's been done to it. Start off with the engine. Picked up a really rough shape 6-liter Gen 3 LQ4 with a long crank. I'll throw some pictures up too on what it looked like. But it was really bad. Cylinders are scored really bad. Bearings looked fine. Completely covered with mouse crap and rust and dirt and whatever other bodily fluids it kind of looked like. Then I ended up getting a junkyard harness, other junkyard parts, this radiator support from a 2003 Tahoe or Suburban, and cut it down. Got that idea from Ugly Truck Garage, which I appreciate that because that helps me use a newer 2003 and up LS style radiator fans. Don't mind the metal duct tape right there. That's just so I can have a blower, because I was at a junkyard and I got a newer blower fan that didn't really fit that, so I made it fit with some made up spacer and other things, and it works for the time being. I'll get a fancy AC delete or cover to cover that bulkhead, and maybe get, a vintage air blower set up inside if I ever want to put AC in it. But engine has been bored over 30 over. Got a BTR no springs required stage 2 cam. Also BTR springs, new pistons, bearings, all that. Bearing tolerance is about, I think it was just shy under 2,000 clearance. So I'm running 520 oil, has really good oil pressure. Sounds nice, even with these Speed Engineering long tube headers. They're right down there, nice and shiny. Yeah, there's the engine. Cheap Amazon cold air intake. Eventually going to make a box to go around it, because when the fans kick on, it does like to go just a tad squinched, a little bit lean, but not much. Short-term fuel trims are right around 3% positive, negative during idle. So it's still fine, but I like it to run a little rich, especially on the LS. You want to run just a little bit on the rich side, because you want to be on the safe side and not burn up a cylinder if it runs lean. So still got to mess with the tune and get it squared away. But yeah, I'm gonna make a air box to go around here, so it is actually getting more cold air when driving, not a hot air box. Fixed a bunch of rust on the firewall, especially over there near the heater core. Over there was all rusted out. Fixed it. Frame was in decent shape. Body wise, it's rough. It was rough. It's better, a little bit better now. Had a bunch of holes in the door, had to fix that. Rocker panels were gone. The cab corners were gone. Got new rockers I put in. New floorboard sections were replaced. on both sides. I'll show you pictures of that too. Back of the cab was ate up with a bunch of cancer. All right through here was ate up with rust. I had to find some sheet metal to put here. That back corner was ate up with rust too. Fixed it the best I could. I still got to do some body work eventually someday to fix that little warping, but it doesn't matter. It's not a show truck. Bed's in decent shape. Don't mind the sticks. My wife threw them in there. She wanted to save them for a project. Back glass is decent. Roof was decent. The front end, good shape, considering. I got the grill right there. Just hadn't put it back in yet because I had to take it out to route my transcooler lines and the transcooler. Still got to run the temperature switch for the transcooler fan, but right now it runs cool enough it doesn't need it. But when it gets hot, that's when I'm gonna need it, because right now it's 150, 160 degrees when I'm driving. But I know in stop and go traffic, eventually it'll creep on up. Bumper, it's not the right year bumper. This is for like a 80 model year C10 square body, so it doesn't fit right and it's bent. But I don't want to buy a new one because those are, $300 or so for a new bumper. So what I did is I just cut some of the ends off so it doesn't touch the fender and just put it back. Still got to get lens covers for the turn signals. Clean up the chrome a little bit because I made a mess when I was just trying to rust proof this thing. And it's rust proofed. She better not rust. Cleaned up all the body, scuffed it down. All the rust spots were sanded down to bare metal. Then I treated it with epoxy primer as well as rust bullet. And then did the right thing and I rolled it with a paint roller with some Rust-Oleum industrial epoxy gloss black paint. So it'll be all right until the sun hits it and then it starts to fade into a chalky black, but it doesn't matter. Inside, still working on the inside some. Got new carpet, brand new rebuilt seat. Not really, more so just a seat cover, and touched the different color fabric that used to be red with some black fabric paint. Because brand new seat cover, cushions, it's gonna cost like $600 or so, so I just use what I got. Why not? Did get new carpet because it didn't have any good carpet to begin with. Inside, redid the dash. At least it looks better than it did. Had a crack right here, but put some body filler in right there, sanded it down, painted it black. I don't have the stock gauges because they didn't work and the harness was all destroyed on the inside of the cab, so I had to remake an entire cab harness and made a bulkhead connector to connect to the harness that's going to the fuse box. But got some glow shift gauges. They look nice and they work. Got a couple of switches I added, one for interior lights because I don't want to wire up a dome light and I want to be able to see in the truck at night. So I got that at least for now. And some other switches just for other things if I decide to add anything later. Yeah. And the ignition switch powers on the ECM, turns everything on, and then start it. And then you hide it away. Shifter came with the truck. Originally had a 350 small block Chevy and a 700 R4, and the shifter that was in it, just used it because I'm cheap. I didn't want to buy any new shifter. Repainted the inside of the cab some kind of metallic copper color. It's what I had. I had several cans of it laying around, so might as well use it. There's the inside. I still got to adjust the doors. They don't close all the way unless you slam them. And underneath, I got the exhaust that came with it whenever I got the truck. I just used it. Bolted it up to the Speed Engineering long tubes. There's the 4L60 that I rebuilt. Shifts nice and firm and doesn't have any issues so far. Still got to rebuild the front end. Thing wobbles like an old wheelbarrow when you drive down the road because the ball joints are shot. And the tie rods and all that need to be replaced, but it works good enough for me to get down the road and get the piston rings to bed in and break in. Otherwise, decent rig. Still got some more work to do on it, so stay tuned. Subscribe if you want. If not, thanks for watching. I'd appreciate you to subscribe. I'll put videos up as soon as I can. I am a broke dad that's building with odd and end pieces and trying to do this stuff on the side while I'm working full-time taking care of my family, so you know how it is. Thanks for the time. Have a good one. Take care.